And we are live, or at least
And we're
we are
live.
now broadcasting. Whether or not we're alive or not, it's another story.
I just
Broadcasting
look.
live from a nondescript building deep in the bowels of Florida.
Wow.
Who was that used to do that? Was that
I
Rush or was that?
I think it was just R.
I think I just made that up on the fly and sounded pretty good.
Yes, it did.
Hmm.
See, I don't have to copy everybody. See, my job here is to entertain data today.
Okay. Oh, fuck, you're
So
going to have
I'm
a
trying to
wall.
be entertaining and lovely.
Look at you.
You know, trying to be. I'm trying to be like the what gets us fired up for the weekend.
They're going to say, oh, I'm trying to be like what gets us fired.
Because there is much mayhem and shenanigans that need to happen.
Does really.
Hey, Wiki, we're here to entertain you. I am going to dance like a organ grinder's monkey for you guys today.
Oh, no.
Wow. Morning,
I
Wiki.
know.
And I will admit to all sorts of stupid shit, even if I didn't do it just to be funny and to have a good time.
Oh, God. Still don't have bail money, just saying.
Who doesn't have bail money?
Me.
Neither one of us.
Don't need it.
All right, just making sure now.
Yeah, because I don't mind sitting. I don't mind sitting all weekend.
Oh, Jesus.
I've got better things to do with my weekend than sit in jail with God knows who else in that
So
same cell with me.
why would I go to jail for anything?
I'm
Well,
not judging. I didn't say anything.
You know,
J-
shenanigans and that doesn't necessarily mean going to jail.
well, that's true.
uh,
But when we say we don't have bail money, that sort of indicates somebody could be going to jail.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
Okay, well, y'all do whatever weird shit you do, and I will do my
God.
weird shit.
Uh, well, my weird stuff is this kind of foolishness. I went to the bank yesterday to drop off a paycheck,
You know,
and I always take my paycheck when I get them, and I sign them, and I fold it up and put it in my wallet so that I've got my check there. So I go to the bank, I open up my wallet, pull out my check, and out falls two more. I had,
Uh-oh.
yeah, it was like, oh, I had three checks sitting in but my new check plus two old ones sitting there going, all signed, ready to be deposited. I'm like, has it really been that? Then I remembered the last two times I went to go to the ATM to deposit my paycheck through the ATM, the ATMs were down.
Oh.
And I just happened to have to go into the bank yesterday to take care of some business. So, yeah, Wiki wants to know if you've had your coffee yet, Ramen.
No.
better get on it, girl.
This is not going to be a morning.
Let's get hot.
Oh
My,
my God. I'm already hot. That's why my fan is on. You ever see those billboards and they say, your wife is hot. Better get your AC fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was telling y'all yesterday that my thumb drive mess.
Yes.
Well, I had one of the reasons why I had to go to the bank yesterday is I had to go to Best Buy afterwards.
Oh.
Never going to Best Buy without any cash in your pocket, or at least a credit card with lots of room left on it. So
What happened?
anyway, so anyway, I go in and I happen to mention about my thumb drive, and one of the geek squatters said, "Well, let me take a look at it." So I gave it to him because there's nothing on there, just that anybody and the brother can't see. And he's messing with it for a few minutes. And he looked at me and goes, "Better go over and buy yourself a new one," and handed me this one back.
Oh.
So, yeah, went over and bought a new thumb drive, and because I've got to keep two backups, and
Right.
this is a primary reason why. I've got my primary source, which is on the computer, then a backup, which is I've got a working backup, and then a backup to the backup. So, morning, Duck Dog. Let's see here. What's that? The road on the backside of Cross Arena is just melting. What kind of billboard signs do you have in Maine, Wiki? Billboard laws. I mean, other than they can only be so close to the road. And I guess what can be said on them, but First Amendment. Well, anyway, that goes into some other stuff. What I thought we'd talk about this morning, all right,
Do tell.
is to embarrass ourselves.
Oh God.
Movies that we have seen, and it's like, yeah, I saw that, and it's just sort of embarrassed to admit you have seen it.
I'm
And I'm
embarrassed about nothing.
I was just gonna say I have no shame, so that might be a problem.
That could be a problem.
okay. Wow. Well, all right. Okay, then at least you'll say, yeah, I thought that was great at one time, but
Uh,
no. They've amended the law to keep old time and temperature signs running. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
See, Wiki's got it perfect there. Guilty pleasure movies.
Yeah.
And I have a couple for you. So let's just continue on.
Okay. So here's the first four on this list: Ace Ventura, American Pie, The Notebook, and Chuck and Larry. Now
I haven't seen any of them.
I've seen 50% of them. I've seen half
Saw
of
more than
these.
me.
I saw Ace Ventura and I saw American Pie.
I did not see
Poor man.
American Pie.
Let's see. Why did? Oh, I know I saw American Pie. I let my son pick a movie one night, and that was the movie he picked.
Oh my
I
God,
think
you
he
poor
did it
man.
strictly to see how much he could embarrass me.
Probably.
Possible.
03.
Ace Ventura I saw simply because it had Jim Carrey in it, and I was trying to watch a comedy with the wife.
What year did that come out?
94.
I think I was between marriages when that came
Wow.
You don't even remember what year you were married in?
Probably
out.
blocked it out considering it was a divorce. I'd block it out too.
AB Token, good morning.
Hey B.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't get emotionally attached to things like that. So
Okay. I wasn't kidding. I don't get emotionally attached to things like wives and dates and times. I'm a man. Yeah. Okay. I can't even.
I I was letting you go there, Robin.
Yeah, that's a thing.
no, what I mean by that is, so Yeah, so no, I just don't. I mean, years and stuff. I don't. I don't have a firm grasp on um, a lot of that kind of stuff.
It's okay. We understand.
Well, honestly, being as I was 30 years old when we got married, it was easy for me to remember I was 30 in 1980, so that's when we got married.
Yeah.
So it makes it real easy for me to remember the
I
year
would
we got
have.
married in.
Well, I know that coming up here shortly, it'll be 29 years since I've been married.
Oh,
Oh, wonderful.
is it? Well, I'm shutting up
What?
because I was about to say something harsh, and I didn't. That's an amazing
Say
thing.
it harsh. That's all right.
Congratulations.
If you're gonna say it to me, go ahead and say it. I'm okay with
Nah,
it.
I'm just in a mood today.
Be in a mood. I don't care.
Somebody
I'll
bring
take
me
your
the
abuse.
boy. No. Oh God,
I
that's too much like my last marriage. Reversed. No,
I
it's
will
fine.
take your abuse. I'm fine with it.
I'm not.
I ain't scared. I take it.
I'm just gonna say I don't get the appeal of Ace Ventura. Everybody lost their shit over this movie, and I saw the trailers, and it didn't look that great.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was funny.
Uh
Parts of
huh.
it. The at the end with Sean Young was hilarious.
I'm not really into like slapstick stuff, so it's like
Yeah.
looking
See,
at this.
okay. So here's the thing, right? Like my wife will tell me all the time. She goes, "I don't get the appeal of the Three Stooges, Benny Hill, any of that kind of
Same.
stuff, right?"
Oh,
And
Three
and
Stooges and Benny Hill are my favorites.
see, and that's the
Oh
thing.
my God.
It's a guy thing.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
There's a lot of women who don't get that kind of comedy, right? Um,
Okay.
My wife
so
doesn't get them. She thinks
yeah,
they're she thinks they're stupid. It's like the
I mean,
Bowery Boys. I love the Bowery Boys.
I gotta
well,
see it.
think of think about it this way, right? When so when you go to do something with another couple, right? Your
Mm-hmm.
wives when your wives see each other, they
I
walk
didn't
up to
call
each
you
other, they give them a hug and all that, right?
later. Uh huh.
But like with me and most of my male friends, we start throwing jabs at each other, verbal jabs, like, hey, you're looking lopsided today, or whatever the case may be, right? And there might be like a little slap here and there. Guys do
That
things
I can get
differently.
into.
See, and that's how guys are, as opposed to like women are different, and it's okay to be different. It's not an issue. It's not a bad. It's not good. It's just things are different. The way we think about things and the way y'all think about things.
On the flip side, I did not see the Notebook either. So
Neither did I. I've heard of it, but that's about it.
I read it, and it was the worst fucking thing I ever read. It
Which
involved
book?
the Notebook.
Oh,
It was a book before it was a movie, and it had the whole trope of the parents separating the young couple and interfering with the mail, getting the mail and hiding it. I have so many issues with this. Like, if you're going to hide mail, why hide it? Just destroy it and get rid of it, especially in the event you really don't want them seeing each other ever again.
well, that yeah, but see, as the movie trope, though, if they did that, then it could never be found,
Right.
and if
I
it's never,
just
and then that would then there would be no movie.
God damn it. See, there you go, making fucking sense. But
Yeah,
from a
knock that
logical
shit
standpoint,
off.
it doesn't make sense. And there's a whole thing where, like, if somebody suddenly ghosted me, I'd want to be like, are we just not doing this anymore? Or, like, tell me what the deal is. I wouldn't just be like, okay, I guess he's never talking to me again. I wouldn't.
With the number of times I've been ghosted, I just don't even worry about it. I even had told my boss one time, if you don't respond to my emails, then that's fine. I don't care. Just don't expect me to respond back to
Ooh.
yours. You know, if I ask you a question in an email, I expect an answer back. And then it's like, well, hey, you want me to do this stuff? I will do it. But oh, yakety sax. Okay, yeah, that was great.
I like that song. That little bit of music. That was a cute one.
Wiki brings up a good point there. At the end of Ace Ventura, the criminal was trans.
Yep.
That would never be allowed to be made today.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah, Sean Young, who was at that time probably one of the most gorgeous women in movies. Um, so at the end, because remember, she's like, "You saved me," blah blah blah, and all this kind of stuff, right?
Right?
Um, so at the end, when she kisses Ace Ventura, then bends over and he sees the tuck, and he's like,
Oh
"Oh,"
my god.
starts brushing his teeth, guzzling mouthwash and blah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so yeah, you couldn't do that today because people
No.
would just freak the fuck out. But it was funny, at the time I thought it was quite funny. I still think it's quite funny.
I think Sean Young looked her best in Blade Runner, though.
I was just gonna say that's like one of the few things I ever saw. We just saw it the other night. I loved it.
But if I remember right, though, didn't Sean Young spend a lot of her time in movies naked, or at least topless?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. And it was glorious.
But
So did
now,
Valerie Perrine.
oh yeah, was it Perrine or is that how you pronounced her name?
Yes, Valerie Perrine.
Okay. Let's see here. Come back. All right. I think we did. Okay. Then now I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Never saw it.
Uh, is an Adam Sandler movie,
See,
and
and that's the reason I never saw it because I've only watched one or two Adam Sandler movies, and I'm not a big fan.
Don't see Spanglish. It was awful.
uh, what was the one where he was the golfer?
Happy
Oh
Gilmore. That was one of
yeah.
Uh,
them that I saw.
I saw
Price
Happy
is wrong,
Gilmore,
bitch.
and I think there was another one where he got rich or something.
No, there was one where he was rich, but in order to inherit his father's money, he had to go back to school. And yeah,
I'm trying to think of the one that
that
had
was
some
busted.
guy had the guy in it with the weird eyeballs,
I don't know.
cross-eyed or something like that. He wore like a brown aviator's helmet, leather aviator's helmet all the time. Anyway,
Got no idea what you're
that's the,
talking about.
that's the only thing I remember about that
Oh
whole
my god.
movie. So no, never saw. I not pronounced. Okay, what's the next four here? Revenge of the Nerds.
Waterboy?
Uh,
That could be. Could be. Revenge of the Nerds. I love that movie.
And you know, a reason why that movie couldn't be made today?
Who knows?
a million
Because
reasons.
well, now one of the biggest reasons is it's got a rape scene in it.
Oh.
Unconsensual sex. She thinks she's having sex with one guy, and she's actually having sex with the nerd.
Oh my god.
What? In the whole spy cam thing they did? We got Bush. We got Bush.
Oh yeah, that. I don't Overboard. I thought Overboard was a good movie. I enjoyed that.
I love
The
that movie. It's,
one with Goldie Hawn
Yeah,
yes, that was one
and
of my
Kurt
favorite
Russell.
movies.
Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. That was a good movie.
That was a good movie. I enjoyed it, but my all-time favorite Kurt Russell movie is Used Cars.
I never saw that.
If you've never saw that, you're missing out on a true cinematic masterpiece.
Okay, I will
That
see
that's the
it this
one.
week.
That's one that was made in Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
and a friend of mine, his Mustang is in it.
Yeah. So, Used Cars. So Kurt Russell made all those Disney movies, right? The Computer Wore
Yeah.
Tennis Shoes and all that. And so he was, what his whole thing was, he wanted to break away from that Disney thing because he was quite typecast and all that, and he wanted to start making some different movies. So he made this movie called Used Cars, where he plays your typical sleazy used car salesman, and one of the statements he makes in the movie is that we have a mile of cars. And
Okay.
so they went out and they measured the cars. They did not add up to a mile. So he had got a whole bunch of people together to drive a bunch of used cars onto the lot so that they could have the mile of cars. And as the judges out measure them, they're like a couple inches short. And he slaps the back of the car and the license plate flops down, from where you put in the gas.
And you
And
got
it
the
comes
mile.
out to exactly to 1 mile. And that's what. But the hilarity and sanity that was throughout that movie is great.
That scene where they're driving through the desert.
Yeah. They come running over that hill into the car lot, or when the old guy dies and they put him in the. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of just funny stuff in it.
yeah, it's definitely a worthwhile movie to watch.
Yeah, like I said, it's my favorite Kurt Russell movie.
My favorite Kurt Russell movie is The Thing, but that's beside the point.
Oh, that was super good. I gotta say, this is my favorite Goldie Hawn movie, but because I love the scene where she went to school and just gave the teacher exactly what she deserved until she was like,
Oh
"Oh."
yes,
I think every kid wishes their parent would do that at least once.
What's that?
She went into the school and just lambasted that teacher and like just ripped her apart verbally. It was great. The kids had poison oak, and the teacher kept yelling at them to stop moving, stop squirming, and then called the mom to come pick them up. And basically insulted the kids, insulted their father, just fucking blew up really inappropriately. And then she found out the kids had poison oak, and she just lost her shit. It was great.
Yeah, The Nutty Professor, another
Never
great
saw it.
movie. It was
I
great.
shut it off.
Well, what I enjoyed about The Nutty Professor was that Eddie Murphy playing all those different characters, of course, was pretty good. I quite
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. Um, and it was kind of it was kind of a calmer version of the Jerry Lewis movie.
And I think that's why I preferred the Jerry Lewis movies over this one.
Well, this one will never be as good as the Jerry Lewis Nutty Professor, and that's just all there is to it. It never will be as good. There's no
Right.
possible way it could be. But they could have renamed this to something else and it would be about it. Be good. It was still a good movie. It was still funny.
So,
And
the
Blue
Blue
Lagoon.
Lagoon in 1980.
I never saw it.
I saw bits of it.
It just looked really boring to me, so I didn't watch it.
Wasn't a great movie.
And see, I was never that huge a fan of Brooke Shields.
Right.
I did see that movie Pretty Baby just because out of curiosity, right?
Right.
Is everybody talking about it and everything? I didn't get it, so I was like, I don't
I'm
get it.
surprised somebody didn't go to jail for Pretty Baby.
Yeah, that's
The laws weren't
well.
real strict then.
There were a lot of movies back at those time frames that you're like, I don't even know how that got made, but it did.
Yeah.
And Blue Lagoon, I don't get it. I still don't. And I probably never will. So probably never watch it.
Just two people lost on an island, shipwrecked.
Gilligan's Island. There you go.
Yep.
Better show.
Oh, and speaking of Pretty Baby,
Yeah, Wiki, you're
there it
right.
is.
Yeah, Pretty Baby.
I
Again,
do not remember. I mean, I saw the movie, and the only thing I remember about it was Susan Sarandon laying spread out across the settee.
yep. That's the only thing I remember about it. 16 Candles. I never did see that one.
Neither have I.
And I
Oh,
can't
that's the
remember.
one with oh damn, what's her
Molly
Molly
name?
Ringwald.
Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald in it.
Yeah, she made that one, Pretty in Pink. The only Molly Ringwald movie I've ever seen is The Breakfast Club.
That and The Stand. That was the TV miniseries, so I don't think it counts.
That's
Yeah.
right. I did see the original Stand, not the new one, but I did
Right.
see the
Oh
original.
God, not the new one, please.
I watched
saw
one
one
episode. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I don't get it. This is not
They,
the
I,
Stand.
yeah, no, I kind of flipped myself on the Amazon review, and they didn't publish it for months.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they remade The Stand.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful, man.
You don't want to know.
No.
You're better off.
Whoopi
than you're ignorant.
Goldberg is the old
All right,
lady.
said enough. You said enough. You said enough. Right there. Right there be reason for me not to even bother wasting my time. Because there's no way
I
that
know
she's
that
going.
man.
There's no way she's going to play Mother in any respectable fashion.
Yeah. She's fucking awful.
Yeah.
The only thing I liked in the first episode, the only thing I liked was oh God, what's his name? He's playing Stuart Redman. Stuart Redman, is that it? Oh, whatever. What's his name? Fucking, I had his name on the tip of my tongue, and I keep trying to say James Marsden. Thank you. James Marsden is fucking adorable because he's so happy. He looks like he's just happy to be there, and through all this shit with people dying and everything, he just looks like he's bouncing around like a fucking golden retriever. Just, yeah, no, that was wrong, but it was kind of funny at the same time. I just love James Marsden and anything, but he just made me laugh so hard, and I wasn't supposed to be laughing, so there you go. That was the thing.
So what was Passengers?
Two people stuck on a ship. She was supposed to be in hibernation. The hibernation failed. There was a problem with the ship, and that's all I know about it.
Oh, and the two woke up, and there's that big tree in the middle and all that.
I think so, and I think one of the twists was that he actually arranged for her to wake up.
Yeah, so I
and made it like an accident.
All right, so I did see this movie.
Okay, I did.
That bad?
I did see it. I just don't really remember it. It was like one of those where, again, I didn't get it, didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I was just going to respond to Wiki, about Whoopi triggering me.
Oh, she's fucking awful.
I liked, I used to like her in some of her roles. Like, she was really respectful in her Star Trek Next Gen episodes.
Oh.
Okay.
Which played Diamond, right?
Right. And then I liked her in
I like Jumping Jack
Ghost.
Flash.
I liked her in Ghost. I did not like Jumping Jack Flash.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember that movie.
And I liked her in Ghost. But her actions in public,
yeah, especially on The View,
since then she's turned to such a harridan that she's gotten to the point that I can't separate her from her
Yeah.
roles.
Yeah, sometimes separating the art from the artist is pretty difficult.
Mhm.
Right. And this is, and with her, it's, I just can't do it anymore.
That's like any movie with Brie Larson in it.
Oh, fuck that.
She's like, a piece of cardboard would be more interesting than her.
Playing.
Yeah. She's just a piss poor actress.
Yeah, I don't get why she's like all over the place making all these commercials and stuff. And that's like Drew Barrymore. You never notice like all these commercials have Drew Barrymore in them all of a sudden. And I'm
Well,
like, she hasn't been a good actress since she was a kid in Poltergeist.
E.T. Poltergeist was Heather Rourke.
Oh
She
yeah,
died.
that's right. E.T. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was the last time she was a good actress.
Nah, you know what? If you'd seen Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix,
Yeah.
it was a really good show. She was great.
well, she's got her own talk show on some
Uh,
offbeat channel now.
she's also got her own makeup line, which is expanding into cookware, and it's just everything. And I'm like,
If you ever buy cookware with somebody's name on it,
the only thing important to me is it nonstick?
exactly.
Well,
Ever.
I'm not going to go there with that because my wife owns some cookware with somebody's name on it that's quite good, and she enjoys it.
Is it Paula Dean?
No.
Uh, the what the hell is her name now? My wife used to watch her every Sunday on Food Network. A rancher woman.
Ray?
Oh, the
No.
Yeah,
Pioneer Woman.
pioneer
Rachel?
woman.
No, I would never buy that stuff. I
No,
actually.
not Rachel Ray.
Okay, I don't know.
Um,
So moving right along, what's Manhattan? Never heard of it.
I knew there was a movie with that title, but I don't know what it is.
yeah, I was just getting ready to look it up because I probably heard of it because it's from '79.
It's
79.
probably some drama.
I vaguely remember
Oh,
seeing it.
Woody Allen movie.
Oh, fuck that. Keep going.
Yeah, so that's probably the reason I never watched it because
Woody Allen's overrated.
it's only been two Woody Allen movies I ever watched. And
Woody
What?
Allen dating a 42-year-old comedy writing dating a 17-year-old girl, Mariel Hemingway.
Gee, there's a big fucking surprise.
oh, Mariel Hemingway. See, yet another reason why I probably didn't
But
watch it.
falls in love with Diane Keaton.
It's always Diane Keaton, isn't it? I don't really like her.
Diane
Oh, this is
Keaton.
that movie Diane Keaton wore a man's suit in it most of the time.
Oh, and everybody lost their fucking minds over how great it was.
Yeah.
She's a fucking stick. Of course you're gonna put a suit on her.
You put anything on her, it wouldn't matter.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably yet another reason
That
I didn't watch it.
the only Woody Allen movie I can remember seeing is the one where he's bouncing around in the future.
Yeah, that's the what is it? Midsummer's Night sex comedy or something.
Ew.
It was stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid as hell. A friend of mine had it on DVD. We're sitting there drunk watching it, or
Yeah,
had it on
pretty much.
VHS.
Pretty
We were
much how
sitting,
I watched it.
and we were sitting there. There's a few of us that used to play harmonicas.
Oh no, wait, Data's right. It was called Sleeper. Was the name of the movie?
Sleeper.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
remember that now.
and we would put on movies and shut off the volume and uh, do our own score to the movies. That is hilarious. But of
Yeah, I
course,
used,
we were all drinking whiskey, rye, and beer. So
so back in the days when I was staying at the barracks, I had this big, huge TV I bought. Right. So what we do is we put on old black and white movies. Then I would turn the stereo on. Play uh, Iron Maiden stuff like that. Which you'd be surprised how well that lot of that music goes with those movies, and yeah, so that was kind of our thing. But sailors are a little different.
Okay.
So what's the next four here? Oh, come on. Blank check, never heard of.
No.
I'm not sure about that one. Animal House is a classic.
Animal
Eh,
House and Arthur, those are two great movies.
Yes.
How can you be embarrassed to have seen either one of them?
I'm not embarrassed. They just weren't my thing.
Well, I will tell you that Arthur with Dudley Moore was great. Dudley Moore
Yes.
did such a good job. It was a funny movie. But Animal House is a classic, and to this day, if you go around a certain group of people and they start saying stuff like "double super top secret," and you know what they're referencing. And
Yep. That's the line straight out of Animal House.
yeah,
And let's see. Donald Sutherland is the professor.
yeah,
Yep. And oh damn, what was that cute girl with all the freckles?
I don't know.
She was the student that was sleeping with Sutherland.
I don't know.
Oh man. But anyway, she was in quite a few movies I remember watching.
yeah, yeah. Wakey, bye bye, American Pie. Drinking whiskey and rye.
Oh yeah. Uh,
Oh my god! I was
we,
just listening it last night.
I wasn't a rye. I'm not a rye fan, but my roommate was.
And so, Breakfast at Tiffany's, isn't that like Audrey Hepburn or something?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
Yeah, that's like a super old movie. Why?
and I probably haven't
Yeah,
seen it in 40 years.
I've never seen it, but it's
I
been
don't think I've
highly
ever seen it.
lauded. I don't know why anybody would supposed to be embarrassed seeing it.
That double secret probation. You're exactly right, Wiki.
Double secret probation. Yeah. So, but people that if you hear somebody say something like double top secret, um, whatever, then
Hmm.
you know that they've seen Animal House and they
Or
can
they
be
hung
my
around
friend.
people that saw Animal House.
See, so here's the thing, if you don't know some of these older references in that, then yeah, see, it's going to be hard for us to be friends.
Okay.
I've never seen any of these.
Same.
Oh man, okay, so Head of State I didn't see, but I did see Porky's. I did see American Beauty, and I so the other day I sat and I watched all the Porky's movies
Uh,
and rewatched them, and all I got to say about it is the original Porky's is good. It's hard to beat. The other ones, could live without them, but the original Porky's was great.
Okay, what we got here? Jurassic World, Bring It
oh,
On, Soul Man. Soul Man, I watched.
Yeah, I
That's the
did
only one
too.
of that bunch I've seen.
Jurassic World. I don't get why that's embarrassed to see it.
it was a decent movie. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, I saw Jurassic Park, but yeah,
yeah. See, it's hard to beat Jurassic Park. Jurassic World, I did see.
it was okay. I mean, I took my kids. That was they wanted to see it, so
I didn't
yeah,
see. I
yeah.
did.
Sean Kevin Bacon asking for another one.
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you. May I have another?
uh,
Bring It On, never saw.
Miss Baldwin.
Yeah,
Pizza.
it's mhm.
I never did see Bring It On either. I don't know why.
It's just it's a kids cheerleading movie with some
Yeah,
dancing in it.
that's
Eh.
probably the reason I didn't see it.
No,
But I
I
did
did
watch
see
Soul Man.
the Soul Man was a fun movie to watch.
Yeah, I mean it didn't suck or anything. It
No,
wasn't the greatest movie ever, but it didn't suck.
40 Days and 40 Nights. No, oh,
Song of the South.
they got Song in the South and Grease on here. Come on, kiss my butt. Both those movies are good movies.
Yeah, what's wrong with Grease?
Not a damn thing.
What's wrong with Song of the South? That was a good movie too.
That was a
Oh,
really good movie.
Blame It on Rio. Yeah, I watched Blame It on Rio. Proud of it.
What's Blame It on Rio about?
It's a coming of age teen movie. And so you see that really cute girl that's holding on to the guy's neck. So what this? Okay, so here's what this movie's about. See, Michael Caine and the other dude there,
Right?
they're fathers. They take their daughters to Rio de Janeiro, and then the girls do the other girl's dad. So the one girl does the
Uh,
girl's dad.
Sounds like something out of a Pornhub movie.
Well,
right?
yeah, it wasn't quite like that, but she's like, I don't see why we have to be embarrassed about her or anything. And he was all didn't want Michael Caine to find out he was sleeping with his daughter and all this. It was one of those, drunken nights and stuff. But yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, and I tell you, I actually get irritated with when people condemn Song of the South.
Yeah, I do
They've ne-
too.
they've never actually seen the movie to condemn it.
Right?
It's not racist in any way, shape, and or form.
All it really does is show how racist the Democratic mom was, and can't have that.
Well, the thing about Song of the South is the Uncle Remus tales are, um, like Burr Rabbit and all that is, they're good lessons for life.
Oh, they
Yep.
are. Don't throw me in that briar patch, Bear Fox. Whatever you do,
Don't
please
throw
don't
me in
throw me
there.
in that. Yeah.
I don't want to go there. I'm scared. Well,
That
I'll
and
Mm-hmm.
throw you in there.
the Tar Baby story.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, I
So
mean, just, life lessons mostly. So I really don't get it why everybody's so freaked out over it, but all
You'd
right.
think so because it was inclusive. The little boy was friends with, the little black kids and the little poor white trash down the lane. And I guess you can't do that anymore. You have to stay with your own. I don't know if that's some kind of passive aggressive reinforcement, but hey, you do you, Disney. You can get it on the seven seas though, and I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying it's there.
Yeah.
and then and what was wrong with Grease? Why would anybody be embarrassed to have seen Grease?
Do you know what I
It had a
Yeah.
noticed?
lot
That
of good music in it.
yeah, the whole fucking album was just a hit. But I really think this list is bullshit, and I think it's just people throwing a lot of old movies on the list without having seen it.
I think what it is there's a lot of oversensitive people thinking that this is just horrible.
Oh
Because,
God, the Tell Me More song. Did
yeah, tell me more, tell me more.
she put up a fight?
All right, let's see here.
The Hangover was fun. That was a fun movie.
Now I saw
Um,
the first two Police Academy movies were good. And
Yeah.
then I think the third and fourth ones I saw, and they were actually crap.
I
And I
can't
saw
really have.
2012. 2012 was a great piece of sci-fi.
Oh, okay.
So what's the matter with Police Academy?
I have no idea. They don't
Not
say
a damn
what's
thing.
wrong with them. They're just saying that these are movies you're embarrassed to admit that you watched.
I will just say I haven't seen the rest of the Hangover movies, but the first one was a lot of fun. There's
Yeah,
nothing shameful about having seen it.
yeah, Hangover wasn't bad.
And that guy Zach Galifianakis, he was in Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. a few years ago, and that was also a lot of fun. He's basically a fuck up in that one too. It was great.
And
So,
Police Academy, I've actually made references to that movie.
okay,
I don't think I remember 2012. I don't know if I watched it.
2012 was one about the Earth gets flooded. It's sort of
There's so many movies like
a
that.
second Noah's Ark type deal.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it.
So, because I mean, this is a monk on top of the Tibetan mountains.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
So, it's a nice piece of sci-fi to watch. I enjoyed it. The night, Peter Pan. I've never seen Reefer Madness.
Me neither.
I watched it one day just out of curiosity.
Oh, this is the musical. This isn't like the actual.
Oh,
So
the
maybe it does
musical.
belong up there.
I didn't know they made a Reefer Madness musical.
Neither did I. Now we know.
2005. Well, I'm gonna have to watch that now. I'm gonna have to find that.
It's probably garbage, but okay.
Yeah, that's all right. There's something about Mary.
I never saw that one either.
There was some really funny parts in that movie.
yeah, there was some hilarious parts in that movie.
I guess that's a guy thing.
Yeah, so it really is. But the only reason I went to go see it is because trying to remember the chick's name, but
Cameron Diaz.
yeah, Cameron Diaz.
She was
The only reason I went
cute.
to go see it.
My wife wanted to watch it, so I watched it with her. Then the wife was embarrassed that I've watched it with me.
Oh, look, hair gel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some pretty funny moments, but for the most part, it wasn't that funny. But there was some pretty funny moments.
That Cameron Diaz had her little spiel where she made some comedic movies that were somewhat worth watching.
And so what? Rambo 2?
That's Rambo 3.
3.
I don't know. I watched them all.
It's close together. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
I
them
watched
all.
them all, and
How'd
liked
you
them
like
all.
The Last Blood?
I enjoyed it.
It was a fitting end
It
to
was.
the series. I
And
thought it was a fitting end to it. I mean, they're the
you could
middle
see
couple
something like
there.
that happening.
The Rambo 3 probably was about the worst of them.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it definitely was. But the original movie, Rambo: First Blood, is just hard to top that one. That was so good.
Have you ever read the book?
No.
If you ever get a chance, read the book. The book was written a couple of years before the movie was made, and it's really a good story. But why people hate on Peter Pan, I'll never know. Other than
Nobody hates on Peter Pan.
they're
Nobody
hating
puts
on it
baby in a
now
corner.
because of the like the Indian scene.
Yeah. Oh, and the alligator with the clock, because that's animal abuse.
Oh yeah.
And then, of course, Captain Hook, because he doesn't have a hand, that's ableism.
That's his own fucking fault. I'm sorry.
It is. Shouldn't be sticking his hand where it don't
It should
belong.
be lauded as a lesson of FAFO.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't
No,
put
it's
that in
ableism.
movies anymore. Oh, fuck that shit.
All right, so the original Charlie's Angels sucked, just sucked, and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle was even worse. So I
Okay.
get why that's on here because it was a sucky movie. Again, only went to go see it because of Cameron Diaz.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't seen any of these.
Me neither.
Let me see here. And Shag. Yeah, that
I don't
looks
even
like
know,
something
man.
I would watch. Yeah, the only one I saw was Charlie's Angels, and it sucked.
Uh-huh.
Data and Sean are getting into into the puns there now.
Oh no.
Ram butt. I like the way they think. Next page.
Oh, Charlie Chaplin. No way.
Right?
Benjamin Button was actually a decent movie.
The Last Exorcism. Never
I
saw
didn't
that
see any
one.
of these.
Never even heard of that.
Sorority Boys. Never saw that one either.
First time I've even heard of it.
Same.
Guys dressed in drag. But Charlie Chaplin, Modern Times? Really?
I don't think people know what they're putting up here.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
I'm
don't.
wondering if this isn't like AI generated at this point because it's
yeah.
such a stupid list.
This list makes no sense.
Benjamin Button, that was actually a somewhat original movie plot for a change.
Yeah. So the
Maybe
thing
that's
of
what
it
got
is,
him. It was too original of a plot for him. They couldn't handle it.
maybe that's it. But this list, like I agree with Raman. I think it might be AI generated because, I mean, you know, um, Saturday Night Fever was much more disturbing movie than half of these ones that are on here.
The King and I, are you fucking serious?
Rush Hour. Why would Rush Hour be on here? That movie was funnier than shit.
Because of the racist jokes and such that were being told in
Oh
there.
my god.
Back to the Future Part 2. Come on, seriously? I admit Back to the Future Part 2 was stupid compared to Back to the Future. I mean,
Which one was it that had the cowboys in it?
Two
I
or
think that was
three.
3.
All right.
Alright.
Because Part 2 is where Biff finds the book and he's, all of a sudden rich and all that. See, that's like Terminator. The movie Terminator was fantastic.
Mhm.
Such a good
I did
movie.
like 2 better though, because whatever.
Um, but the thing of it is when they started making more and more Terminator movies, then the original conundrum goes away, right?
Right.
Because how does he send this dude back to the future to be his dad? So there's some inconsistencies there, but that's what made it interesting. And so when they made more Terminators, they kind of lost the plot on the whole original thing.
Right.
And that's the reason why I never watched any of the other ones. Yeah, Dark Fate. Yeah, that was the stupidest movie ever.
Dark Fate. I don't even remember
That's
that
the
one.
last Terminator, the girl power Terminator.
Oh, I didn't see it.
No, you're
I
really not missing much. I watched it
I,
just out of curiosity.
I saw the original one, then I saw the one with Liquid
That
Terminator.
was 2.
That was 2.
And
That was
then
great.
I didn't watch any of them after that.
Me neither.
Yeah, I did. I watched them all.
I'm so
And,
Good
and I
morning, Miss
don't, oh, morning,
Becca.
Becca. I don't even remember what Hitch was about.
He was this guy that he goes, I can guarantee to get you a date. He takes the dude that played
Oh,
King of Queens or whatever, and tries to
uh,
get him a date. He
oh,
basically
okay.
plays one of these pickup guys.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but see, I never watched it, so that's okay. Oh,
wow.
nobody, no, nobody puts baby in a corner.
I didn't see the Muppet one, but the rest were all really good. This is bullshit.
Yeah, see, the
I'm.
Breakfast
Uh,
Club. Okay, so the
no, I
Breakfast
never
Club to
saw The
me,
Breakfast Club.
That was
if
actually
you
good.
if you never saw the Breakfast Club, you are missing out. So the Breakfast Club to me was the ultimate Brat Pack movie,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed it. Sleeping Beauty or Beauty
Beauty
and
and the
the Beast,
Beast.
yeah, that was a good movie.
It had a great score. It was fucking amazing.
And the Merry Muppet Christmas movie, come on.
I mean, it's
I mean, it
Muppets.
was
How can
cute. It
you?
was cute. It was cute.
There's nothing being embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed about watching The Breakfast Club, but that's about it.
No, that's
No,
considered
no,
classic.
that is classic. So the Breakfast Club, to me, is like I said, it's the quintessential Brat Pack movie.
It's really a movie about social class division, and
Yeah, it
you
really
know,
is.
I mean, it isn't anything that would happen in reality, but it's the kind of thing you wish you could say you did as a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fun movie, and yeah, you
All
can
right,
never remake it.
I'm gonna have to drop for a few minutes, so I'm going to go on mute.
Hmm.
But keep going, and I will join back in when I can.
The list is almost
All
over.
right. Okay, well, I'm going to dump that one.
What
Dump
was the
this
last
movie.
one? Because there was only one more.
I don't even want to show it.
Please.
It pissed me off so much. I don't even want to show it.
I want to be angry too. I want to be like the cool kids. Come on.
Mary
Bullshit.
Poppins.
Yeah, I think this is someone who's never actually seen a movie in their life.
Yeah. All
Oh
right. Now then, this other one is actually. This next one is actually somewhat worthwhile talking about because it's about great acting inside of a movie.
man. Ooh.
All right. And by the looks of the first couple here, I can agree with some of them.
I haven't seen that.
Okay. A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe. That's probably the best movie Russell Crowe's ever made.
Did he get amnesia in that one?
So,
No.
no, no, this is the one where he's the, uh, ah,
Okay. It's fine. I was just curious.
A Beautiful Mind. There it is. It's about the John Nash mathematician
Okay.
in economics, and he gets the Nobel Prize.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he. It's actually a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Now a lot of people come out afterwards talking about how horrible this was and that was. No, that's Raman's fan that you're
I'm
hearing.
sorry.
You know,
That's
her apartment's awful warm this morning.
it's really well. It's not. It's just me because I woke up all covered in blankets and I'm overheated
So,
all the way down to my
and
bones.
A Clockwork Orange is one of my all-time favorite movies.
It's too disturbing for me to call it a favorite, but it was well done.
It was extremely well done, and you'll never look at a glass of milk the same way again.
Okay, I couldn't sit through the whole movie because I was a kid when I saw it. I would get up and leave the room a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I'd never let a child watch this movie.
My mother wasn't really big on supervising what I watched because we
All
only
right.
had public TV.
Oh,
So unless my brother wanted to watch something and then all of a sudden she was so concerned, you know, it was that kind of thing.
now I did watch a fish called Wanda,
I didn't see it.
but I don't remember that much about it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would
It,
be.
to me, it didn't live up to the hype. I mean, but this is back when Jamie Lee Curtis was in. I mean, she was everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Didn't
American
she?
History X, I never saw it.
Yeah, it was very disturbing, but again, well done. So,
It's one of those movies that is just, as far as I was concerned, just so full of hate. I didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I get you.
So what we got here? American Psycho,
I didn't see any of these.
Birdman, Borat, Capote. I saw parts of American Psycho that's got Batman in it.
Yeah, what's his name? Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale. I've seen parts of it. I've never seen it. I didn't watch Birdman. Borat. I mean, come on, this guy's this.
Uh,
I mean, the whole thing is stupid.
yeah.
I got burned out on his skits. So, Doctor Strangelove, or How I Come to Love. Stop Worrying and Love the Atomic Bomb. That movie is amazing. I love it.
Okay.
It has got such a cast of characters in there. It's amazingly. If you've never seen it, you need to. And Slim Pickens riding the bomb.
Oh, Jesus.
That's hilarious. Fight Club. I watched it and did not like it.
It wasn't bad.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
That it's a great movie, but it's for me as a one-time watcher.
Yeah. I wasn't really a huge fan of it.
Yeah, Wiki, that was Slim Pickens riding the bomb down. Gladiator, I watched it, and I don't think Russell Crowe did as good of a job in that as he did in A Beautiful Mind. But I can understand why all the women went crazy in that movie, though. So over watching it, because Russell Crowe did make quite, he did muscle up quite a bit for that movie. Her and
Didn't
Glorious
see it.
Bastards. Okay, the only one I've seen here was It's a Wonderful Life, and I
Same.
watch that every year. I've got that on. I've got that on uh, DVD, and I watch it every year. And Glorious Bastards, I didn't watch. Her, I know nothing about it. Kramer versus Kramer. Uh,
Oh,
Divorce movies, nah.
yeah.
I'm not all about watching people get divorced and all the hell that they go through with it. Yeah, everybody says, I mean, I've heard a lot of people saying Glorious Bastards was a great movie,
Yeah.
but uh, I've just got not. It's just not a movie that interested me. Life is Beautiful, Life of Pi, Milk. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Yes, that is the other three I've never watched.
Me
I
neither. I
no
didn't see any of these.
I no intentions of watching Milk.
I don't blame you.
All right, Life of Pi. No, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. The ending scene there where he is the old-fashioned uh, standing up there and a filibuster, the old-fashioned filibuster, where you got to stand there and talk the whole time. that is I mean, that scene will really, it makes you, you know, every politician needs to should be forced to watch that movie before they're sworn into office.
Won't change anything.
Every person going into the House or Senate should be forced to watch this movie. I don't know. No Country for Old Men. I've watched it twice
Okay.
because the first time I watched it, I couldn't understand what all the press was about it, all the hoopla. So I watched it a second time, you know, just trying to figure out what was, you know, what made everybody go so nuts over the movie. And to me, it was just too disjointed for me to enjoy. And I can usually follow movies that have got multiple themes going on at one time.
Yeah.
But this one here, it just, I mean, I was just, it was like they shot two different movies and then spliced them together. North by Northwest, okay, great Alfred Hitchcock flick. Oliver, uh, please, people. Now, I've never seen Philadelphia with
I
Tom
saw it.
Hanks and Denzel Washington.
It was good.
I- It's been on my list of movies to watch. It's just I've never made the time to sit down and do it. But I've never heard anybody say anything negative about it.
Mm. Well, it's Antonio Banderas, and it's a great freaking cast. So yeah,
Oh, I didn't know Antonio Banderas was in it.
yeah, he played Tom Hanks' boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Oh, Rain Man. This is probably the first movie I ever saw Tom Cruise in that I actually enjoyed.
I had a real hard time watching that even as a kid. I mean, you knew he was being taken advantage of, and
Right.
then my friend's sister had a baby, and we all had to leave in the middle of it. So I never saw the end, but yeah,
Now, Rain Man's actually, I mean, Dustin Hoffman really proved, I mean, he's always
yeah.
been a good actor, but that movie there, I really think was probably really pressed his acting chops, I think.
Up until that point, there really hadn't been movies with autistic people. Um, as nice as it was to bring attention to that, it it just brought a whole lot of fucking tropes and cliches about autistic people that are just ridiculous.
Well,
Yeah.
uh, maybe because, I mean, for better or worse, I grew up with several individuals that back in my day when I was young, we just called them retards.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you know, they had special ed classes for them.
Hmm.
And, you know, you knew to treat them nice and to accept whatever foibles they had. And you didn't, you know, you invited them along, you know, you didn't exclude them from everything you did,
Right.
you know. Um, and there's one particular young man, you know, I mean, if he's still alive, he's my age. I mean, we're about the same age. That even though I never treated him badly, you know, looking back on it, I wished I'd treated him better than what I did
Oh,
because he was a really a good kid.
yeah.
But you know, sometimes he wanted to hang around when I was not particularly wanting him to be with me when I was trying to get the attention of a certain young lady.
You know what? That's understandable, though.
There's a certain young lady I was wanting to get to know a little bit better. And he had a bad habit of showing up at just the most inopportune times.
Oh,
What can I say? But I don't even know if he's still alive. I haven't heard anything about him in decades,
oh
to
wow.
be honest. Well, I mean, I left Ohio in '78, and that's the last time I've even thought, the
Yeah.
last time I've had anything to do with him. All right, The Rear Window, Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
It's Alfred Hitchcock movies are, I mean, most of them are just amazing pieces of work.
Hmm.
And Jimmy Stewart does not play the bumbling fool that he does in so many of his other movies. You know,
Right.
but Schindler's List, that just hurt my heart.
Yeah.
That
That's the
movie
kind of movie you only watch once.
that movie just grabs you by the heart and doesn't let go.
Hmm.
So it's yes, the acting in that movie is amazing.
Hmm.
But okay, let's see here. I'm grabbing a fresh cup of coffee. That's why I'm not looking at the last. Oh, Sweeney Todd.
I like that. It wasn't bad. What?
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Ah! Hey, I'm not saying it. It's the greatest musical ever. But it wasn't bad. But it's Tim Burton, so who starred against him in this, Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah,
Um, it wasn't a bad movie, and that's all I have to say.
I'm just not a huge. I mean,
You're
I
not into
like the thing.
musicals?
I love musicals. I love
Okay.
musicals, and I think that's why I don't like this movie.
Okay. Yeah, these are not classically trained singers, and the songs are not all upbeat, but
And I mean, and I
I do like revenge.
yeah,
Revenge is a
and I
great
mean,
thing.
and I like Bonner Carter. I like Johnny Depp. I mean, I like the actors in the movie.
You just don't like the movie. That's
I'm
okay.
just not a fan of the movie.
It's perfectly fine. See, I love anything to do with revenge, so not everything. I shouldn't be so broad, but yeah, revenge is great, man. In a movie, it doesn't really play out like that in real life, but you know. Oh, Taxi Driver.
I love all four of these movies for different reasons.
I haven't seen. I saw that, and I read The Green Mile, and then I saw part of it. It just made me sad.
What's his name? The guy I can never remember his name.
I know Duncan something.
Yeah, he just did such a fantastic job with that movie, with
Yeah.
his role. I mean, the Bridge on the River Kwai. That is a 3.5 hour war movie.
Alec Guinness was in it. I didn't see it, but I know he was in it.
Right. And that is definitely it's a labor of love to watch it, but it's worth every minute of it.
Isn't that the one where they kept sabotaging the bridge being made?
Yes. Yep. They're
That
being
sounds
for
like
they're being forced to build a bridge for the Japanese army. And these are British uh, POWs.
And they're not refusing to work; they're just fucking it up.
Right.
That's what I heard. So yeah, that sounds like something I'd actually want to see.
Except at the end where Alec Guinness, he's taken such pride in this bridge that he's finally gotten built that he
Yeah.
doesn't want to blow. He's trying to stop them from blowing it up.
Oh.
So, and the Maltese Falcon, I mean, I just finished the audiobook on that not too long ago, and I just watched the movie while my father-in-law was here.
Okay.
And the movie, except for one scene, stuck very close to the book.
That's good.
There's one scene they cut out, which I totally understood. Sam Spade, the role played by Bogart,
Uh-huh.
and the woman there, he had to strip her naked searching her for,
Oh yeah, obviously not gonna. Yeah.
and they didn't even intimidate that happened. Okay, they just, it never happened. That's no. He did not. He not only did not strip her naked searching her, he didn't search her at all.
Right.
He just accepted her word that she didn't have the money. So other than that, I mean, and I'm sort of picky about when books are made into movies
Yeah.
that they stick close to the book. They don't take too many artistic licenses. You know, I mean, yeah, I understand a lot of times, like a movie like Dune. You know, you gotta do a lot of things to. Otherwise, you're talking. It'd be a 24-hour movie.
My
You know,
God, Gone with
it
the Wind.
it'd be
That.
a 6-hour movie, a 6-part movie.
Yeah.
You know, get everything through. So
Have you
yeah, Gone
actually?
with the Wind is
Have
another
you
example.
seen the physical copy of that book?
What, Dune
Gone with
or
the
Gone with
Wind.
the Wind?
The thing is fucking massive.
Both of them are massive. Yeah.
I mean, it. I guess a lot of people are like, "Ew, Gone with the Wind," but as a book, it's a really interesting character study. Of a fucking sociopath and classism and a lot of other stuff that.
Right.
But
I mean,
yeah, there's a
the stuff they just couldn't put into the movie.
yeah, and there's a lot of really old deep south etiquette. Some of that shit still goes on today, and it's yeah. And I don't mean
Oh,
racism. I mean like what you wear at a certain event.
mm-hmm.
You don't wear a night dress at a day event and shit like that. Yeah,
Right.
it's kind of interesting. It's
You know,
history.
it is, and Southern hospitality
Mm-hmm.
and how it's got its roots.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, I saw The Shining and The Truman Show. The other two I did not see.
I think I saw The Pianist. It's with Adrian Brody, but I was really drunk when I saw that one, so I don't remember everything. But it's very stressful.
Okay, I'm assuming it has to do with World War II, being as he's
Yeah.
wearing an armband with the Jewish
Yeah.
star on it. The Shining.
Uh,
Some days I want to say Jack Nicholson ruined it. Other days I want to say he completed it.
I liked The Shining. I just don't think of it the same as Stephen King's book because they were not faithful to it.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just
It was, for the movie that they produced, Jack Nicholson was the perfect choice.
the Truman Show. That was actually a good movie.
I didn't see it. I wish I had.
Yeah, well, you need to watch it sometime.
One of these days I will.
Yeah. I mean, you already know about what it's about, but
Right.
knowing
But
what
still,
it, but knowing what it's about, this is one of those movies. Yeah, I know what it's about, but when you see it,
oh
you go,
yeah.
"Wow!"
I have
It still
no
su- it still surprises you.
I have no problem seeing a movie someone spoiled for me. We saw the D&D movie a few days ago. I watched
How'd
it
you
with a
like
friend of mine.
that?
I really love that movie.
It was it was better. I was so excited when I first heard about it, and
Yeah,
I
me
saw
too.
the monsters. I was going,
Yes.
yes,
I was like, oh
no,
my god, a mimic, I was like
yeah,
so excited.
and the beholder and the
Yes, and the
dragon.
owlbear,
And you're right,
the
I was
fat
really
dragon.
excited.
Oh my god, that pudgy dragon.
And then they turned around and I started. It's like, oh no, they went and ruined it. They went, Then I started reading some of the reviews on it and how they're making it into a comedy.
It was good. Okay, if
And
you played a D&D with a really good DM, you're gonna have a lot of funny shit going on.
oh yeah, no,
I
don't.
had no problem with it being a comedy.
I watched the movie and I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
I did. It wasn't. I was afraid they're turning it into a slapstick comedy.
Or making it woke.
Right,
That was my
yeah,
big fear, was it would be woke, and it was just so much fun. And honestly, I sat and watched that shit, and I'm like, yeah, this is something my friends' characters would do. I could
yeah,
easily see this be a round of D&D. And I love the little Easter egg to the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
yes, yes.
I was like,
It,
oh my god, my
it,
childhood.
it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I've watched it twice. I'll probably watch it 3 or
Me
4 more
too.
times in the
It's
next
great.
year because
Okay,
it is a good flick.
I have a prediction
What's
that
that?
the pudgy dragon is gonna be in every fucking store right before Christmas. I'm laying bets. Pudgy dragon was fucking hysterical, and it was so cute. That is one pudgy dragon.
Yep,
And I don't like Michelle Rodriguez in a lot of things. Like, I've seen her in the Resident Evil stuff, and that's about it.
right.
I'm like, oh my god, that butch woman. They're casting her in a butch role, cliche. No, I loved her in this because she
No,
wasn't really butch.
she really did a good job. I mean, everybody did a good job in that
Yeah,
movie.
and
I love I
mm,
love that ending though, where what's his name tried to escape and
yes,
grab.
yes,
Boom.
boom, right in the wall. Like, they learned their fucking lesson. I love
Yeah,
that shit. And poor Jonathan,
that was
he's seen some shit. It's like, no, Jonathan, no.
that was good. That was really good.
What I really loved was the special effects were not overpowering. I mean, they were constantly present, but it was so atmosphere driven that you just don't really think about it too much.
The, the special effects, the CGI stuff
It
was
was good.
there, but they were in the background where
That
they
yeah,
were supposed to be. They
yeah, they
weren't
weren't in
right in your
focus.
face.
Yeah, that was great.
And so, yeah, I mean, really a good, fun movie to watch.
It was really
Yes.
great. Yeah.
All right, let's see here. There Will Be Blood, Tootsie,
No,
Whiplash, and The Wolf of Wall Street.
I love Tootsie so much.
Tootsie was amazing. Yes, it was
I
funny.
I was real tiny when it came out. I didn't see it until like last year, I think.
Right?
I love it. There was a story going around that Dustin Hoffman did his makeup test, and he looked at himself and he goes, "Oh, great. So when are you going to make me pretty?" And they're like, "That's as good as you're getting." And he was really butthurt over that for a while. Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love the ending so much. And I love Jessica Lange. She was so sweet in it. And it was just fucking great. He started out with it is he just wanted money. He just wanted a job,
Yeah,
and
and he got turned down for a job because there wasn't a
nobody
woman.
liked him. No, nobody liked him in anything he applied in. He kept applying at the beginning of the movie, and they're like, you're too full of yourself. You want to make these little things all artsy and spend 7 hours on a fucking commercial, and they're basically nobody will hire him.
Right.
And he did the job for fucking money, and by the end of it, he was feeling that shit. So yeah, I love it.
I didn't see There Will Be Blood or Whiplash. The Wolf of
No,
Wall Street I saw. I was not impressed.
I didn't see it either.
But I'm not really a DiCaprio fan.
Oh, there we go.
Well, I mean,
I get it. I get it. I like DiCaprio. I just don't like his movies, but I like him as an actor.
he just always seems to want to play a pretty boy.
Look at him.
But there's more roles he could take than I mean, look at Dustin
Okay,
Hoffman.
did you see Django? Oh
No,
God. Okay, well that there broke
Django
the mold.
Unchained. No, I didn't see that one.
He's played. I don't think they're really doing much. When you look at the Wolf of Wall Street, I don't think they're doing much to make him a pretty boy. He's just wearing a suit. He is a pretty boy. Can't change that.
Okay.
All
right, let's see here. What's page 2 got for us?
I loved
Alien.
Oh, yeah, and All About Eve. I love both of those movies so much.
The only one I've seen in this list is Aliens.
Aliens, fucking amazing.
They want to swear. They want to say there's no strong women in movies.
Bullshit.
I mean, let's go back to Ripley. How much stronger of a woman can you get than Ripley in this movie?
There actually were strong women in movies back then. You just needed to look for them, and it's not all about fighting. You look at Carrie. You look at. Okay.
My wife just walked in. She's off work for the day.
I certainly hope so.
So
that was red. That's cute.
So I had to give her a kiss.
Aww.
No, she had a mouthful of chocolate chip cookie, but
that's the best time to get them because then they can't fight back.
But Alien and Aliens, I love both them movies.
Yeah.
There's and Ripley was such a strong character throughout those movies.
And I kind of dislike when they use that argument because the character wasn't written as a woman. So
it doesn't. I honestly, I don't care.
It's just a strong character.
It's a very strong character, and they picked a perfect person to do that role. I don't know if that role would have been, if there could have been anybody else carrying that role off as well as she did.
Not like that.
Okay, I mean, she perfectly balanced a woman's strengths, a woman's weaknesses, and just being a general badass.
Yeah, I loved her.
All at the same time. As a perfectly balanced role with a perfectly balanced character. It wasn't no damn Brie Larson.
Oh,
Wonder
fuck my
Woman,
life. With fully done makeup and always pretty all the time.
Right.
And the long flowing hairs, artfully done. And no, fuck that.
I mean, you saw blood, sweat, and tears on this woman. So, I mean, it was a great movie. It was a great role. She did fantastic in it. And if today's actresses and directors want to see what a perfectly strong female role should be, they should be forced to watch these first two movies.
I will say, I'm going to switch over to All About Eve. Because this is one of my favorite old movies.
That's one I haven't seen. So
it's okay. Here's the thing: it's not like physical fighting, and it's not explosions. It's just people quietly arguing. So, it's Bette Davis, Ann Baxter, who was stunning up until the day she passed. I just love Ann Baxter, and so it's a young actress comes to town and fixates on this older actress, and the older actress feels sympathy for her sob story and takes her under her wing. And it's very fucking sociopathic. And how these women go at each other, it's, sometimes you got to learn when to walk away, and sometimes you need to know when it's worth fighting over. And, you got to just, it's priorities. By the end of the movie, it wasn't even about, it was just priorities. And I really loved the little bit at the end where there was some foreshadowing about what was going to happen to Ann Baxter. But yeah, it was a great movie.
Okay, you like Bette Davis?
No, I just like that
Oh,
movie. I do like Ann
okay.
Baxter, though.
All right. Because there's
I
just some about Betty Davis I didn't like. I don't like,
Yeah,
you know,
she auditioned for Gone with the Wind for Scarlett, but she was young and pretty. Oh, well, not pretty, but she was young then. I can't believe they considered her.
I, she's just, it
Mm.
feels like she's so coarse.
Yeah, I was gonna say brittle. That's a good word though. Coarse is good. But she is a phenomenal actress, or she was. So, and I loved her in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, and just
And I think that's the least favorite movie of all from, so I don't know.
it
Okay.
kind of had a little bit of a twist ending too, which I really loved. Oh, fucking Annie Hall! I never saw it, but again, Diane Keaton in a Woody Allen film.
Yep. And I have seen none of these.
I saw Black Swan. It wasn't great. I mean,
I know there's a lot of hoopla about it, but I'm not a big, I didn't watch it. And Brief Encounter, 1945. It
I
sounds
never even heard
familiar,
of
but
it.
I'm not, I'm not drawing anything to mind on it. Carrie.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh,
They stuck so close to the book on that one.
yes.
Well, I think it was easy though because that was a really short book.
And, damn it, what's her name now?
Is it Piper Laurie or Sissy Spacek?
Sissy Spacek.
Okay.
Um, she, she, she brought that innocence that was needed to that role.
Yes. And it was so sad.
Most definitely. Sissy
Oh,
Spacek was a great Carrie.
Yeah. You'll
and
never,
then,
okay, they've had so many remakes, you'll never be able to do it right because of Piper Laurie. She was fucking crazy and was not ashamed to show it.
Yeah, totally agree.
Eve was weak. Oh, God, I loved her so much.
That was a good movie. The original with Sissy Spacek and John Travolta.
There was only one part they really could not put in from the movie into the from the book into the movie, and it made me kind of sad because it gave you a whole different point of view. Well, not really a whole different, but where what's her name, Amy Irving's character, kind of her mind got connected to Carrie's,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
and that broke my fucking heart. And you could hear her looking for her mama, and she was really confused, and then all of a sudden it cuts off,
yeah.
and she died. Yeah, that fucking broke me. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, up until that point, you're kind of laughing at it, and then that. But yeah, that was like the best fucking movie ever.
yep. That was definitely a good movie.
Hmm.
Casablanca is a classic.
I couldn't sit through it.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Peter Lorre was my favorite part of it, but
Peter
yeah,
Lorre
that's
was in
one of
a
those I
lot of
kind of.
movies with Bogart.
But yeah, it was one of those things. I just, yeah, it wasn't my thing.
Yeah. How about Chinatown?
I didn't see it. I'll probably end up seeing it eventually.
Uh,
You love Faye
Oh,
Dunaway.
Chinatown was good. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chinatown was a good movie.
I haven't
You know, the
watched that.
first time I watched it, I didn't really understand it. I had to watch it again, and once I got the gist of it, I was like, that's actually a pretty good movie.
Jack Nicholson again. He played a pretty good role in that. He did a good job with that.
Oh, okay.
Still wasn't as good as One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but
True.
well,
Oh man,
actually, you know what my favorite Jack Nicholson movie is?
do tell me.
The Last Detail.
Oh
I
yeah,
never even
okay.
heard of that one.
Yeah, see, very few people have, and that's a shame. So, if you wanted to know what the Navy was like back in the 70s,
Oh, you've told me about this movie.
yeah, I
I
have.
remember now. They're supposed to escort some guy to.
Yep, to
Leavenworth.
Okay,
Leavenworth, yes, to the brig, right? And they're kind of
they
like,
make yeah.
this really isn't right. So they kind of
They
take
make
their
side
time.
trips.
Yeah, they take their time to get him there and all. And
uh,
it's kind of like, if you really want to know what the Navy was like back in the 70s, then that's the movie to watch, because it was pretty much like it was portrayed.
okay.
And that's what sailors were actually like back then too.
I really
And
want
of
to see
course,
it.
some of that bled over into my early years as well.
Uh,
So, and just makes me even more disgusted with what the Navy's doing right now.
uh, Navy went woke.
Yeah, they went beyond that. That's just sad. It just it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart.
I hear you.
Yeah. Let's see here. Crouching Tiger. I've never seen it.
Me neither.
I tried to watch it. Um, it's a karate movie with very little karate and mostly really boring dialogue.
Ah, okay.
All right.
And if you're going to read a movie, there's only a few movies that were actually worth reading. It was not one of them.
I haven't seen any of these.
Dreamgirls was actually a, a good movie.
Wasn't that about Diana Ross and the Supremes?
Supremes,
Yeah,
yeah.
loosely based on, yes. But yeah, that's what it's about. And it actually was a pretty good movie, and the music was pretty good too. Election, that was, yeah, it's kind of like, that's one you should watch just because it's worth doing it.
Cleaned up Pornhub movie.
What? No, no,
No.
nothing like that. It's about what goes on behind the scenes to get somebody elected.
Oh. Well, yeah, I'm just looking at this button here, pick flick.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
she's running for
okay,
school
Well, that's because
president
that's
or
the
something.
guy's. Well, that's the guy's. That's the name.
Yeah,
So
that's her
yeah,
name.
but yeah, it kind of just shows you. You go back and look at it now, and you can see a lot of that stuff actually playing out for real.
morning, Lazel. How you doing today?
Liesel, ahoy!
Eternal Sunshine. I did not watch,
Neither did
and
I.
Fargo. I didn't watch
Anybody,
that one either.
anybody who says anything about bad about Fargo, well then, I will tell you we can't be friends.
Okay. Well, I've
Uh,
never seen it, so I don't know.
same.
Uh, it's perfect. No,
I keep wanting to see it, and then I get distracted.
I am investigating a malfeasance up in Bernard. Yeah. So, so the whole plot of the movie, right, is just insane, but the ending is perfect.
Oh,
So it's one of those movies that you don't go into it going, well, I'll just kind of you. This is something you have to watch, and
You have to pay attention to it, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the accents and stuff are just freaking hilarious. It's just, yeah. I loved it.
Okay.
Watering the garden.
So what we got next here? Fatal Attraction, Girl Interrupted, Gone Girl, and Gone with the Wind.
A lot of girls and
Okay.
gones in this.
All
Yeah.
right. So, Fatal Attraction. All right.
Amazing movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Just, it was great. I enjoyed that movie. And I'll tell you what, if you're a married guy and you watch that movie and you still step out on your wife, you're an
You're
idiot.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Just plain and simple. That movie, and I think I've never been a huge Glenn Close fan,
Me neither.
Right.
but she did an incredible job in that movie.
Yes.
Never saw Girl Interrupted. Don't know what
Me
it's about,
neither.
but I did watch Gone Girl.
I
Now,
heard that was really
didn't
good.
somebody try to do a real live Gone Girl?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. But I will tell you that Gone Girl is not what you think it is, and but it kind of
Okay.
is what you think it is, and it's good. It is worth watching.
I mean, I haven't, like I said, the only two I've seen here has been Fatal Attraction and Gone with the Wind, of course.
Gone with the
I
Wind
don't
was
know
fucking
nothing about
beautiful.
birthing no babies.
Ah, that was just a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched it all the way through. I fully admit it.
That
I
you
don't
see,
blame you, but
that was a yearly thing when I was growing up to watch it when it was broadcast.
oh man,
We had to watch it every year. That my mom and dad wanted to watch it, so since there was only uh, basically one TV in the house besides the one I built, we had to watch it.
I gotta say, I don't care that she wasn't Southern. Vivian Lee was perfect.
Yeah.
Harold and Maude, I barely remember that. I saw it like 10 years ago or something. I like that one.
All
Harold
right.
and Maude is probably one of the greatest movies ever made.
I wouldn't go that far, but it was really good.
No, but for the time period and
Oh
everything,
yeah, yeah.
um, and I don't mean that on as technical or lighting or anything,
No, it was just a
but
good movie.
Ruth Gordon is a fantastic
She's a
actress.
she's a treasure. She
She
was.
she was a national treasure, yes. And the thing of it with Harold and Maude, it tells an unlikely story,
Hmm.
and but it tells it in such a way that for the time, it really brought out a lot of stuff that was happening in the world that should not have been happening.
Hmm.
And so, on a much deeper level, the movie is really good. And that's what I mean by that. I don't mean it as like, you know, if you would take a 20 something of today and have them watch that, they're not going to fully understand it,
No,
but they need to.
they're gonna be offended more than anything else.
Oh, they're going to be totally offended.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's, that movie will put some hair on your chest,
Hmm.
and more people need to watch it. So I'm like, yeah, I love that movie. And then, and some of the things he did in that movie are just great.
I love it when he was imagining ways he could, end himself. But yeah,
Yeah. And
some of the
then the
shitty
car he
imagining
drove and
just,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it was fucking hysterical.
Yeah. So I'm like totally behind that movie.
I never said you no.
You,
Honestly,
you
I don't know
know,
if I've ever seen it or not.
I think I watched parts of it.
Yeah.
So that's about,
I want to take a very unpopular position.
Oh no.
Of course you are.
He's
I
gonna break
did
my
not
fucking heart.
like Kill Bill.
God damn it! I knew he was gonna say it.
I
Oh,
do not like Uma Thurman,
I'm not a fan of hers either.
and I thought uh, Cassie. I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, I did watch the whole movie, and if it wasn't for the fact there was free pizza, I'd been mad.
God damn it.
All right. I would have been mad that I wasted the time watching that movie if it had not been for the free pizza that was involved with it.
See, I didn't go into it wanting to see Uma Thurman or Lucy Liu or James Marsden. I went into it because I saw some of the karate scenes in the trailer and I just wanted to see some really great fight scenes. And if you ignore it, no, you can't ignore it, Uma Thurman. I love the fight scenes. I love the music with it. I love the cinematography. I love both movies. I'm sorry. It was just my
What?
thing.
I went
Lesel's
in.
fired me. Lesel's just fired me.
What
You're
happened?
fired.
What?
See, Liesel, I agree with you. We've been trying to fire him for years, but it's just not working. He keeps showing up. He's like the guy in Office Space with the red stapler, right?
I never saw that.
You know,
Oh my god.
if you've never seen Office Space, the guy with the red stapler, they want to fire him, but they can't afford to, so they figure this make his life so miserable he'll quit.
Oh my
With the red
god.
swing line stapler, right? And
Yes.
movie, Office Space. Office Space is basically what they did when they made that movie. Is they cracked open the sociology textbook and they made a movie out of it. Because the one
Oh,
character, his name is Peter, right?
oh
And
no.
they promote him to a manager. Hence the
Oh
Peter
no.
principle live on screen. So if you watch that movie, that's what it is, and it is great. Jennifer Aniston's great in it. Again, not a huge Jennifer Aniston fan, but so yeah. So I went into Kill Bill because that movie poster there, Uma Thurman in the yellow tracksuit. You know what
Uh-huh.
I was thinking right away, right?
Hmm.
Unfortunately, yes.
What do you mean? Unfortunately,
Anyway, nothing. What?
I was thinking Bruce Lee, right? You know, Game of Death.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking
All
because
right.
he wore that yellow tracksuit in Game of Death.
Okay.
You know where everybody's trying to get up where you try to get up that tower. You know, and he beats Chuck Norris and Kareem Abdul and all those people. All right,
Yeah,
so
my
that's
What I
what.
love
favorite
about
scene in that movie is that Kareem Abdul's footprint across his chest.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah,
uh
so I thought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was great in that movie. I really do.
the
But
only
so
thing
that's
I've seen
what.
is
So
Stand.
that's kind of what I was thinking when I saw it, and like a lot of this guy's movies, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know who
Um,
you're talking about.
yeah, and I can't put I'm
I
drawing
blanked
complete
out
blank.
same time. I fucking
I'm
blanked
just
out.
like totally blanked out on. But a lot of his movies are just, he gets a lot of shit wrong. Just
Okay.
totally gets it wrong. But in Kill Bill, it's kind of like one of those things where I
You're
kind
talking
of,
about Quentin Tarantino.
yeah,
Thank you.
Quentin
Right.
Tarantino, he gets a lot of shit wrong. It's just, yeah, he's kind of like, he started making cool and edgy movies, and now he's in Boomerland, and I'm not sure he's even aware that he's there,
Fuck him. I don't even
um,
care.
but anyway, I enjoyed Kill Bill,
Yeah.
but for the same reasons because the fight scenes were great. The yellow tracksuit, all that. So I'm behind it.
I
Now,
love that the yellow tracksuit has become so iconic. It's just like in almost every video game now as a bonus.
yeah, but it should, Bruce Lee's the one that made it iconic, not
Yeah,
Uma
of
Thurman.
course.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it,
Okay.
and I will argue that point. It's a hill I'm willing to die on. So
Okay.
let's just leave it at that. Leon,
The Professional.
that is a fantastic movie,
Yes, it
highly,
is.
highly underrated.
I don't
And
Natalie
think it's
Portman's
underrated.
first
Everybody loved
role.
it. Yeah.
It's just like it's a great movie, and it's one of those stories of redemption and everything else. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know how people, I don't know how anybody could possibly be offended by it.
Well,
Because
no,
of Natalie
this
Portman.
is a list of movies with great acting in it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, good, because
I
yeah,
gotta see in Leon that my favorite actor was fucking Gary Oldman. I'm sorry. I love him. He just, yeah.
yeah, a lot of people do. I'm not sure I get it, but okay.
He just went from 0 to fucking hysterics in like
She
3
goes, I
seconds. I would.
dated that guy. Lol.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Never mind. I'm not going to say I'm going to shut up. Never mind.
If that's true, then we're in great company.
I didn't date that guy. Some people say I married him, but no, my ex did not have that kind of fucking charm. He didn't have the looks or the charm to be Gary fucking Oldman. No. I will watch anything with Gary Oldman in it. Go see Dead Fish. That was fucking great.
Yeah, Leon was a great movie. Highly
Yeah, Leo.
recommend it. If you get the chance to watch it, watch it.
Yeah, I recommend it also.
2 thumbs up and a
Yep.
star. All right. So let's talk about Misery for a second.
I just showed it to someone the other night. Oh my God, I love that movie.
So this is one where I read the book and I saw the movie.
Yes.
Yep.
You
The
missed
book
us talking
version-
about Carrie, I think.
Yeah, I read that book too.
It's good.
So Misery, the book is better than the movie.
Not by that much. I mean, okay, they were really close, but I hate that they missed on certain details, like her
Yeah.
drinking out of 2 liters and showing the full story of all the people she killed up until him.
Right.
You know.
So yeah, there's things like that. Yeah, but still the book you had a little bit more details and stuff like that. Some of which I would have liked to seen brought to the screen, but that's
Yeah.
okay. This is the movie. This is the movie that Kathy Bates was really good in.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the one that made her.
This is her crown jewel movie. In some movies, she's been good, but not great. In this
Not like
movie,
this.
she was great. So, James Caan is James Caan.
I love him.
He's like one of those actors that,
Yeah.
even in what Enemy Mines, he was good. So,
Yep.
I saw him in
And-
Alienation.
yeah.
That
Oh,
was fucking
Alienation on Enemy Mines. I'm sorry. I screwed
Oh,
that up.
okay. I thought you were talking about a whole different movie. Okay.
Yeah, and I
No.
just watched Alienation yesterday.
Yeah.
I just
And
watched it again.
Mines. Enemy Mines, by the way, is another great science fiction movie.
Yep.
Yes, with Louis Gossett Jr. and what's his name? Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, yes.
The one thing I'll say about James Caan's acting in this, like you see a lot of movies or TV shows where someone's trying to stutter, and it comes
Yeah.
off as really fake.
Comes
He
out
made it
really
work.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah, that really fucking worked for him.
that ending scene, he played that.
Oh, I loved it.
He
The only
played
thing,
that
okay,
well.
there were 2 things that I didn't like that really bugged me, but otherwise the movie was perfect. Didn't the end up with them ending in the barn where I think he killed the pig too?
Yeah,
There was that, and there was a scene with the mower or harvester or whatever, and she ran over a sheriff or a deputy or something.
yeah,
And there was one other thing, and it involved. Oh, he's taught, but see, it's all his headspace. So you don't get it in the movie. Is where he deliberately went from making the Misery book into this like cheesy romance into an actual gothic thriller.
yeah,
And in his head, he knew it was the best thing he'd ever written.
yeah.
And I love that so much. And they didn't put that, they didn't really express that in there.
No. So, like I said, a lot more details in the book and that, some of which would have been great in the movie, but I don't know how you'd have brought it.
Right.
The
girl that tripped on the laundry and broke her neck.
Yeah. So,
God.
stuff like that, But still, Misery was a really good movie.
Other than that, it was really close to the book, though. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
And I loved what's his name. The couple, Sternhagen and what's his? God damn it! Help me out here. The old guy. I can't remember his fucking name.
I don't know. I'm
You know
drawing
what
a
I'm talking
blank.
about, though.
Yes, I do.
Oh, they were so cute together, and that wasn't in the book, and I just thought they were precious.
Yeah. So, but with that being said, I highly recommend Misery. Go watch it.
Yeah.
It's worth watching.
And my grandson just got here. He got here early. He
All
wasn't
Oh,
right.
supposed to
looky,
be here for
looky.
another hour,
Oh
Ah.
but
man.
they're pulling in the driveway now.
And I wanted to
So
talk about Monster because I had some really good jokes for that.
Can you save until
shit.
next week?
If I remember them, yeah.
Well, go ahead and get your jokes out.
All right. So
Let's go ahead and do Monster.
Hello.
Charisse Theron, right?
Right.
Yeah.
She had to gain what, 40 pounds for this role?
She has
I don't know about all that, but the thing of it is when I went to go see the movie, I wanted to see pretty Charisse. I
Jokes on
wanted to
you.
see hot, Charisse Theron, and I
Uh,
didn't get that. But the movie was
no.
good. The movie was good.
Wasn't this
As
one about where the serial killer?
She
yeah,
was a homeless serial killer. Warnos.
Eileen, yeah, Eileen
Yeah,
Warnos.
Dolan.
I loved
Arlene
it.
Warnos.
Yeah, which suddenly they're making a whole bunch of different movies and documentaries about her and everything, which I've watched pretty much all of them, but Monster is the best.
It isn't just her, though. I don't know why there's a sudden trend of everybody just having documentaries made about him. For a while, it was Ted Bundy.
Yeah,
Um,
what is that trend all of a sudden now where they're making all these things about serial killers and
I
um,
think part of it is they can't get any money from it, so it's a
the
safe
Son of
idea.
Sam?
They're
Well,
trying to normalize female serial killers.
no, because they made like the Son of Sam and a bunch of other movies. I think what it is, they've run out of ideas, right? And they know that there's a vast audience that have never heard of these people.
But there's also that sudden interest in just horrible, evil human beings for some reason.
Yeah,
You got Tiger King and
yeah,
oh,
and not only that, but the explosion of true crime. I mean, have you seen the explosion of true crime
it's all over
channels on
YouTube, man.
YouTube? I mean,
Some
it's
of them
like
I like.
true crime is just like, yeah, like what's his name, Walsh, and
I
uh,
I know there's Stephanie
Jim
Harlow. I
Can't
like her.
Swim. Yeah, Jim Can't Swim.
Okay,
Some other ones I'm trying to. Mad Orchard is another one that's actually kind of good to watch. But
I
yeah,
try not.
just all this true crime all of a sudden exploding, and so part of the reason why I watched Monster is because this happened while I was out to sea,
Oh,
in the 80s and that, and
hmm
so I wasn't. So I went back and I watched a lot of stuff about a lot of things that happened, in the 80s and the 90s because I was out to sea most of the time,
you
and so
missed a lot.
I missed a lot of this stuff. Didn't get to see it on the news and that because back in those days, we didn't have like satellite and all that
Hmm
on the ship that we could use constantly like we do now. I mean, now you go out to sea and you don't miss anything. But back then, and
Yeah,
AFARTS was so slow in sending us stuff and everything that I didn't get. So there was a lot of that stuff that I did miss. And so I've been watching a lot of it just because, curiosity and interest and that sort of thing.
I get you.
So, but that's just me. But yeah, so Monster is a good movie. And it's not what you think it is, but it is what you think it is. And it's even worse than what I thought it was.
I don't think I could watch it.
Probably not. It's not for everybody.
I couldn't even get through Martyrs. That fucking broke me. I no.
I see. I'm not. I don't like watching or doing the real true crime stuff. That's not my bag. Uh, it's just not something I enjoy trying to read about or watch or anything like that. I mean, it's Bad enough I read it in the news. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm not the person that wants to understand why they do it. I just want to see them thrown in the wood chipper in
There you go.
Minecraft. I don't care why they did it, just wood chipper.
Their sexual preferences, wood chipper.
You know. So, but okay. Well, the wife is keeping the kid outside while I'm online here.
Well, you better get going then.
So I need to get going. Let him out. Let him come in the house. All right.
Exactly, Data. Exactly.
What? Let me go back and see.
Yeah, crime porn. So I want to thank
Yeah.
everybody for coming out. You know, it's been a good. We had some fun today. A lot of
Mhm.
fun. We'll work some more on this list next week and
Yay.
going over books and such and movies. This is a good thing.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, it's always
Dar,
fun.
Ramen, I do appreciate y'all coming out on Fridays,
Oh, thanks for having
taking
us.
time out of your day,
I'm
you
sorry.
know, and
It's,
words of wisdom before we log her out.
uh, I got nothing, man. I'm all wisdomed out. I love my children. You've all heard them during the stream. There's proof of life. I'm gonna go take a nap.
They're all back sleeping now that they kept you
I'm
up all
so
night.
fucking mad. I know this boy is in there sleeping. He had
Yes,
me
he
up till
is.
fucking 5 a.m. And then I hear vacuuming like 2 hours later. And I'm like, why? He's like, somebody spilled salt. I got to vacuum it. This is a boy I could not get to take out the garbage if it was heaping over and falling on the floor. But he volunteered to vacuum while I was sleeping. I understand Homer Simpson so much more now. Crazy boy. Like
Okay.
we finally saw the episode last night where he's like, "Bring me the boy," and I get that vibe. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Well, you do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Trying.
Data's got some more stuff up on his eBay site. Go
I will check
visit
it
it.
out. Okay, I will
And
definitely look at it.
and Lazo and Sean and Wiki
Uh
and
oh.
B Token. Want to thank all y'all for coming out. Do appreciate y'all giving up some of your time to listen to us ramble.
And
All
ramble
right.
we do.
Ramble we do. We actually managed to keep the train on track somewhat today. It didn't
Yeah,
veer
These
too
were some
far.
really good fucking movies, though. Now I'm
Yeah.
worried next week it's just going to be shitty movies left on the
Oh,
list.
we still got the rest of this list to go through.
I'm just saying, I'm worried now next week from there on out it's just going to be really horrible movies
So,
that nobody's ever seen in their lives.
all right. Well, we'll catch y'all later. We'll sit. Okay. And everybody have a good one. Have a good weekend. And as always, be with the ones you love and love the ones that you are with. Later, all.
Bye bye.